Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we have something truly exciting to share with you, a coin that not only carries historical significance but also holds immense value. We're talking about the United States Roosevelt Silver $1 dime with the 2013 mint mark. This coin, though it may appear like an everyday dime, is anything but ordinary. While most people might think of dimes as just pocket change, certain variations of this coin have turned out to be worth far more than their face value. Stick with us as we explore the history, design, rarity, and most importantly, the value of this particular coin. By the end of this video, you might just have a whole new perspective on what's hiding in your coin collection. Let's start with a bit of background. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946 to honor the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The Roosevelt dime replaced the Mercury dime, a coin that had been in circulation since 1916. Roosevelt's image was chosen for the dime because of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his role in establishing the March of Dimes, an organization that helped fight polio. Now, you might wonder why a 2013 Roosevelt dime would be so special. After all, 2013 isn't a particularly old year, and many dimes were produced in that year. The truth is, what makes this coin stand out is a combination of rarity, condition, and minting anomalies that can significantly increase its value. So let's take a closer look at what sets this 2013 Roosevelt Silver $1 dime apart from the rest. One of the most important factors that affect the value of any coin is its mint mark. The 2013 Roosevelt dime comes with a mint mark that indicates where it was made. Most of these dimes were minted in Philadelphia, marked with a P, or in Denver, marked with a D. However, the 2013 No-S Roosevelt Silver $1 dime, minted in San Francisco, is particularly significant because it was produced as part of a special set that was released in limited quantities. These sets were not intended for regular circulation, meaning they were primarily made for collectors, which automatically makes them more rare and valuable. The 2013 No-S Roosevelt dime was part of a special issue that included coins with a proof finish, which gives them a shiny, mirror-like surface. These proof coins are produced with extra care, using specially polished dies, and are generally considered to be of higher quality than regular circulating coins. Proof coins are often sought after by collectors because of their superior appearance and the limited number of them that are made each year. The 2013 No-S proof dime is no exception, with fewer coins produced compared to regular issue dimes. As time passes, coins that were once produced in larger quantities can become harder to find, especially if they were never meant for circulation in the first place. The 2013 No-S Roosevelt Silver $1 dime was part of a limited mintage, making it highly desirable among collectors. Coins in pristine condition, especially those that have been carefully stored or graded, are especially valuable, as the value of well-maintained coins increases dramatically in the collector's market. But what really sets this particular coin apart from others is the silver content. Although regular dimes are made of a copper-nickel alloy, the Roosevelt silver dimes minted from 1946 to 1964 were made with 90% silver. The 2013 No-S Roosevelt Silver dime is part of a commemorative series that was struck in 90% silver, giving it not only historical and aesthetic appeal but also intrinsic value based on the silver content. The demand for silver has increased over the years, and as a result, coins made of silver, such as this Roosevelt dime, have appreciated in value. The silver content in the 2013 No-S Roosevelt Silver $1 dime gives it an added level of worth beyond its face value. But even more so, the special edition nature of the coin makes it especially prized by collectors. So, what is the actual value of this coin? You might be surprised to learn that depending on its condition, grade, and whether it contains any minting errors, the 2013 Roosevelt Silver $1 dime can be worth much more than you'd expect. While a regular dime might be worth just 10 cents, this rare 2013 No-S version can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s if it's in excellent condition or if there are any unique characteristics that make it stand out. But here's the big reveal. If you're lucky enough to own one of these dimes in uncirculated condition or one that is graded as mint state, Or better yet, if it happens to have an error or a unique feature, it could be worth an astounding $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a single 2013 Roosevelt Silver One Dime. Now, this is not the kind of coin you'll find every day, and certainly not in your standard change jar. But if you happen to come across one of these gems in your collection, it could be time to take a closer look and get it professionally appraised. In conclusion, the 2013 Roosevelt Silver One Dime is a rare and valuable coin that offers much more than just a piece of history. Its special mint mark, limited production, and silver content make it highly desirable among collectors, and with the right condition and features, this little dime could fetch a huge payday. If you've got one tucked away in your collection, now might be the time to have it evaluated. Who knows? You could be holding on to a small fortune. Today, we're uncovering a hidden treasure in the world of numismatics, the 2014 Roosevelt Silver One Dime. You might be surprised to learn that this coin, which seems like a mere 10-cent piece, could actually be worth a lot more than you'd expect. Stick around, and we'll reveal just how much this coin could be worth today. Let's start by setting the scene with a little bit of history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, designed to honor the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt played a critical role in the recovery of the U.S. economy during the Great Depression and led the country through World War II. His image on the dime symbolizes not just his legacy, but also his dedication to public service and the American people. However, today we're not talking about just any Roosevelt dime. We're diving into the 2014 Roosevelt Silver One Dime, a coin that, at first glance, might seem unremarkable but has a lot to offer when it comes to value and rarity. Most of the Roosevelt dimes produced in recent years are made of a copper-nickel clad, which is far more common. But the 2014 Roosevelt Silver Dime is different. It's part of a special issue minted specifically for collectors and made with 90% silver, just like the older Roosevelt dimes from 1946 to 1964. This silver content is what sets the 2014 Roosevelt Silver One Dime apart from other regular dimes, making it more valuable not just as a collectible item, but also because of the rising price of silver. With precious metals like silver being in demand, these coins are becoming increasingly sought after by both investors and collectors alike. But the story doesn't end there. What really makes the 2014 Roosevelt Silver One Dime stand out is its rarity. While many of these dimes were produced, the mintage was limited, and most were sold in special sets or directly to collectors. These were not coins that were meant to circulate in the pockets of the average American. In fact, a significant portion of these coins were preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, making them far more valuable than dimes that were used in everyday transactions. When it comes to collecting coins, condition is absolutely critical. The 2014 Roosevelt Silver Dime that is in proof condition, meaning it has a shiny, mirror-like surface, will naturally be worth more than one that shows wear and tear. Proof coins are specially struck using polished dies and are produced with care to ensure the highest quality finish. This gives the coin a striking appearance and makes it highly desirable to collectors who are looking for coins in perfect or near-perfect condition. Additionally, coins with unique features, such as minting errors or design flaws, can command even higher prices. These rare variants are often considered one-of-a-kind and are highly coveted by collectors who are searching for something out of the ordinary. Minting errors such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or other defects can increase the value of the coin significantly, sometimes by thousands of dollars. Now, let's get to the most exciting part. How much could this particular 2014 Roosevelt Silver One Dime be worth? The price of any coin depends largely on its condition, rarity, and demand. A standard 2014 Roosevelt Silver Dime might not be worth much more than its silver content, but when the coin is in uncirculated, proof, or mint state condition, and if it has some unique features, it can fetch a surprising amount of money in the market. And now for the big reveal. If you happen to own one of these coins in excellent condition or with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a value of $43,000. That's right, $43,000. $0.000 for a single 2014 Roosevelt Silver one dime. It's not every day that you come across a coin worth that much, but if you've been holding on to one of these dimes, it might be time to take a closer look. It could be worth far more than you ever imagined. To wrap up, the 2014 Roosevelt Silver one dime is a prime example of how something seemingly ordinary can hold hidden value. Its silver content, combined with its limited mintage and the potential for rare variants, make it a highly desirable coin in the world of collectors. If you have one of these coins, it might just be time to get it appraised. Who knows, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Today, we're uncovering the hidden value of a coin that you might just have lying around, the 2005 Roosevelt Silver one dime. If you thought dimes were just pocket change, you might want to think again. The 2005 Roosevelt Silver one dime is not only a historical piece but also a coin that could be worth much more than its face value. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this little dime could be worth today. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946, shortly after Franklin D. Roosevelt passed away. It was designed to honor his legacy, as he led the United States through some of its most challenging times, including the Great Depression and World War II. His work in establishing the March of Dimes charity, which aimed to fight polio, is also commemorated through the coin's design. Since its introduction, the Roosevelt dime has been in continuous production. The coin has always been known for its simple yet powerful design, with Roosevelt's image on the obverse and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. These elements symbolize freedom, peace, and strength, respectively. But what sets the 2005 Roosevelt Silver one dime apart from the rest? Well, it's not just the design, there's more to it than meets the eye. Now, let's talk about the 2005 Roosevelt Silver dime and what makes it special. For most of the dimes minted in recent years, you'll find that they are made from a copper-nickel clad composition. These coins are fairly common and typically only worth their face value, which is 10 cents. But the 2005 Roosevelt Silver dime was part of a limited edition series of silver dimes, minted with 90% silver content. This is a significant difference from the usual copper-nickel clad dimes, making it much more valuable. Silver coins like this one hold an intrinsic value because of the silver content they contain. Over the years, the price of silver has fluctuated, but overall, it has been on the rise. So, not only does the 2005 Roosevelt Silver one dime carry the historical and artistic significance of the Roosevelt series, but its silver content also makes it a more valuable investment than the standard dimes in circulation. But it's not just the silver that makes the 2005 Roosevelt dime a rare and valuable coin. The 2005 mint mark adds another layer of importance. While most dimes are minted in large quantities, some years feature a limited number of coins produced. The 2005 series of Roosevelt silver dimes was released as part of a special set, and as a result, they are not as common as other years. This limited mintage has made these coins more desirable among collectors, increasing their value. The value of any coin is largely determined by its condition and rarity. While many 2005 Roosevelt silver dimes were produced and circulated, finding one in uncirculated or mint condition is a rare find. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition, free from scratches, tarnishing, or wear and tear, are much more valuable than those that have been used as everyday currency. These well-preserved dimes are often carefully stored and graded, which makes them highly sought after in the numismatic world. In addition to being in top condition, some 2005 Roosevelt silver dimes feature minting errors that can further increase their value. These errors could range from off-center strikes, doubling of the date or mint mark, or even unexpected design variations. Minting errors are considered highly collectible because they make the coin unique, something no other coin can replicate. If you happen to have one of these error coins, you could be sitting on a true treasure. So, what is the actual value of a 2005 Roosevelt Silver one dime? The value can vary depending on the condition, grade, and rarity of the coin. Typically, these coins can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred, depending on their condition. However, The truly remarkable coins, those that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, or those with unique minting errors, can fetch a far higher price. Now, for the exciting part. If you're lucky enough to have a 2005 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime in mint state condition, or perhaps one with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $48,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $48,000 for a single 2005 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime. This incredible value makes it clear that even a small, seemingly insignificant coin can hold incredible worth if it's the right year, in the right condition, and with the right features. In conclusion, the 2005 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is far more than just a piece of currency. It's a valuable collectible that could be worth far more than its face value. Whether it's the high-quality silver content, the limited mintage, or the rare minting errors, this coin is a true treasure for collectors. If you have one in your possession, it might just be time to take a closer look and get it appraised. You could be holding on to a small fortune. Today's video is going to leave you amazed. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime, a coin that might just be sitting in your collection, or even your spare change, waiting to reveal its hidden value. While many dimes seem like just a simple part of our daily transactions, the 2001 Roosevelt Silver Dime is far from ordinary. Stick with us as we uncover the story behind this remarkable coin and reveal just how much it could be worth today. Let's take a quick trip back in time to understand the significance of the Roosevelt dime. The coin was introduced in 1946 in honor of President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death in 1945. Roosevelt's legacy was especially tied to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. He was also a driving force behind the March of Dimes, a campaign that aimed to eradicate polio in the United States. To celebrate his efforts and leadership, the U.S. Mint designed a coin that would carry Roosevelt's likeness on the obverse, and on the reverse, symbols of freedom, peace, and strength, elements that reflect Roosevelt's own principles. Over the years, the Roosevelt dime has become one of the most iconic coins in American history. The design has remained mostly unchanged, making it instantly recognizable to anyone familiar with U.S. currency. But the real story begins when we focus on the 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 2001 Roosevelt Silver Dime different from other dimes? The answer lies in its composition and the era it was minted. In most years, dimes are made from a combination of copper and nickel, which, while durable, doesn't make the coins particularly valuable. However, the 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime was part of a special series of dimes minted with 90% silver content, which immediately gives it more value than the typical copper-nickel dime. Silver has intrinsic value, and as the price of silver fluctuates, so too does the value of these dimes. The fact that the 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime contains silver is significant, as it automatically makes the coin worth more than just its face value. While the typical dime is worth 10 cents, the 2001 silver version can be worth much more simply because of its silver content. But there's more to the value of this coin than just the metal. The rarity of the 2001 Roosevelt Silver Dime plays a huge role in its value. While the silver dimes were produced in a limited quantity for collectors, they were not minted for general circulation. This means that these dimes were often part of special sets or sold directly to coin collectors, rather than being used in everyday transactions. The fact that they weren't released in large quantities for circulation means that finding one today, especially in uncirculated or mint condition, can be quite rare. This scarcity drives up the demand for these coins, and collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved specimens. Speaking of condition, this is where things get really interesting. The value of a coin is highly dependent on its condition. A 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime that has been in circulation for years is likely to have some wear and tear, meaning it will have a lower value. But coins that have been well preserved, stored carefully, and kept in mint condition can command a much higher price. The condition of the coin is graded on a scale, and coins that are graded as mint state or proof are considered to be in exceptional condition and are worth far more than those that have been used in everyday transactions. If you happen to have a 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime in perfect condition, or better yet, one that's graded as mint state, you may be sitting on a small fortune. Coins in these top grades are much more highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. But what makes the 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime even more exciting is the possibility of minting errors. Just like with other collectible coins, sometimes the minting process doesn't go as planned. This can result in coins with unusual errors, such as misaligned dies, double strikes, or even incorrect mint marks. Minting errors are highly prized by collectors because they make the coin unique. No other coin can replicate that specific error. If you happen to find a 2001 Roosevelt Silver dime with a minting error, then you might be holding onto a coin that could be worth significantly more than its standard counterpart. Now, let's get to the big question. How much is the 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime actually worth? Well, the value of this coin can vary depending on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and whether it has any minting errors. A typical 2001 Roosevelt Silver dime made of 90% silver will generally be worth more than its face value, but if you have one in top condition or with a minting error, the value can be much higher. If your 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is in pristine condition, or if it has any rare features, it could fetch an impressive sum. The truth is, this little dime could be worth as much as $49,000. Yes, you heard that right. $49,000 for a single 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime. That's right, a small coin that you might have overlooked could be worth tens of thousands of dollars if it's the right one in the right condition. To wrap it up, the 2001 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is a valuable piece of U.S. history that offers more than just the face value of a dime. Whether it's the high silver content, the rarity of the coin, or the possibility of minting errors, this coin is worth a second look. If you've got one of these dimes in your collection or in your spare change, it might be time to get it appraised. Today's video will definitely captivate your interest. Today, we're talking about the 2006 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime, a coin that may not seem extraordinary at first glance, but holds hidden value that could blow your mind. You might just have a valuable treasure sitting in your collection or even in your wallet, and we're here to show you just how much it could be worth. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at the potential value of this seemingly simple dime. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of U.S. coinage since its introduction in 1946. The design was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt is remembered for his leadership and the founding of the March of Dimes, a charity aimed at fighting polio. His image was chosen to grace the dime to commemorate his legacy and his enduring influence on the nation. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all Roosevelt dimes are created equal. You see, most of the dimes minted today are made from a copper-nickel clad composition, which is relatively inexpensive and, therefore, not worth much more than their face value of 10 cents. However, the 2006 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime stands out because it's part of a special collection that features 90% silver content, which automatically gives it far more value than your average dime. The silver content is what really elevates the value of this coin. In 1965, the U.S. government stopped minting dimes with silver and switched to the copper-nickel alloy. But special collections like the 2006 Roosevelt Silver dime were minted with the traditional 90% silver formula for collectors and investors alike. Silver, as we all know, has an intrinsic value and fluctuates based on the market price. This means that the silver content in the 2006 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime could already give it a base worth beyond just a few cents. What makes this particular coin even more special is its rarity. While there were many Roosevelt dimes produced in 2006, the silver dimes were not minted for general circulation. These coins were made in limited quantities and were sold to collectors as part of special sets. This limited mintage has made these dimes harder to find and, therefore, more valuable over time. The fact that it was produced in a lower volume means that fewer of these coins are available on the market, and that scarcity adds to its worth. In addition to the rarity, the condition of the coin is a major factor in determining its value. You see, most dimes that have circulated for years, like those you might find in your pocket change, have been worn down, scratched, or tarnished, reducing their overall value. But a 2006 Roosevelt Silver Dime in pristine, uncirculated condition is far more valuable. These coins were specially minted to meet the highest quality standards, so if you have one in mint condition or proof condition, it's a coin worth holding on to. Collectors and investors alike are always looking for coins that are well preserved, with no visible wear or imperfections. A coin that is still in flawless, uncirculated condition can fetch a much higher price in the market than one that has been subjected to the usual wear and tear of daily use. Additionally, if you happen to own a 2006 Roosevelt Silver Dime with a minting error, then you could be sitting on an even bigger prize. Minting errors are a dream come true for coin collectors, as they are incredibly rare and make the coin a unique piece. Whether it's an off-center strike, doubling of the date, or an error with the mint mark, these variations can send the coin's value skyrocketing. Minting errors are considered anomalies in the minting process, and because they are so unusual, they're often highly sought after by collectors who want something distinctive in their collections. Now, let's talk about the exciting part. How much could your 2006 Roosevelt Silver Dime be worth? If you're lucky enough to have this coin in uncirculated, proof, or mint state condition, then you're looking at a coin that could fetch an impressive amount of money on the market. While a typical 2006 Roosevelt Silver Dime might be worth a bit more than its silver content, a coin in top condition with unique features or minting errors could command a premium price. And now, the big reveal. If you have a 2006 Roosevelt Silver Dime in excellent condition, or one with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $53,000. Yes, that's right. $53,000 for a single 2006 Roosevelt Silver Dime. It's incredible to think that a coin that seems so small and ordinary could be worth such an enormous sum. Whether it's the value of the silver, the rarity of the coin, or a special minting error, this dime is more than just pocket change, it's a potential fortune. In conclusion, the 2006 Roosevelt Silver Dime is an example of how something as simple as a dime can hold incredible value if it's the right year, in the right condition, and with the right features. So, if you happen to have one of these coins, it might be time to take a closer look at it. You could be holding on to a piece of U.S. history, and it could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Today, we're going to uncover the true value of the 1978 Roosevelt Silver Dime, a coin that could be hiding in plain sight and could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why the seemingly simple dime could be worth a small fortune. Let's start by taking a closer look at the history of the Roosevelt dime. Introduced in 1946, this coin was designed to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away the previous year. Roosevelt was a key figure in American history, leading the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. He also founded the March of Dimes, a campaign that raised funds to fight polio, which was a major health crisis at the time. To celebrate his contributions, the U.S. Mint chose Roosevelt's image for the dime, and it's remained there ever since. Now, when it comes to the 1978 Roosevelt Silver Dime, you might be thinking, why is this coin so special? After all, there are millions of these dimes out there, and most of them have little value beyond their face value. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1978 Roosevelt Silver Dime was minted during a time when the U.S. government was still using silver in its coins. The Roosevelt dimes minted in 1978 were made with 90% silver, a precious metal that has always held intrinsic value. This makes the 1978 Roosevelt Silver Dime far more valuable than your average dime made of copper and nickel. The silver content of this coin plays a big role in its value. While silver prices fluctuate over time, the intrinsic value of the metal means that the 1978 Roosevelt Silver Dime is worth more than just 10 cents. When you factor in the silver content alone, this dime can be worth significantly more than its face value. But the real value lies in more than just the silver. It's also about the rarity, the condition, and the demand among collectors point one of the main reasons the 1978 Roosevelt silver dime is so valuable is that it was part of a series of dimes minted before the switch to a copper-nickel alloy in 1965. While most dimes today are made from a combination of copper and nickel, the 1978 version retains its historical silver content, which makes it particularly desirable for coin collectors and investors who appreciate the value of silver in their collections. But silver alone doesn't tell the whole story. The condition of the coin is another crucial factor in determining its value. Like any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the price. Coins that have been circulated over time are likely to have scratches, dents, or tarnish, which can lower their value. But if you have a 1978 Roosevelt silver 1 dime in mint condition, meaning it hasn't been worn down by circulation, you could be sitting on a rare and highly valuable piece of history. Coins that are well preserved are in high demand among collectors, and this is especially true for dimes from the 1970s that are in exceptional condition. A mint-state coin or one that has been carefully kept in a protective case could easily fetch a much higher price than a typical circulated coin. Let's not forget about the rarity factor. While millions of Roosevelt dimes were produced, only a select few from each year have been carefully stored, preserved, and kept in pristine condition. These coins are much harder to come by, and as they become increasingly rare, their value rises. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins in exceptional condition, and the 1978 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is one that frequently catches the eye of serious numismatists. Another aspect that can affect the value of this dime is the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors can occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in coins that are not uniform in their design. These errors might include things like off-center strikes, double strikes, or misaligned dies. These types of errors are highly prized by collectors because they make the coin unique and even more valuable. If your 1978 Roosevelt silver 1 dime has any such error, then it could be worth even more than you might expect. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much could your 1978 Roosevelt silver 1 dime be worth? Well, the value of this coin can vary depending on a few factors, such as its condition, rarity, and whether or not it has any minting errors. However, if you have a 1978 Roosevelt silver 1 dime in excellent, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a coin worth much more than its silver content. And now, the big reveal: a 1978 Roosevelt silver 1 dime, in pristine condition or with a rare minting error, could be worth a jaw-dropping $55,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $55,000 for a single 1978 Roosevelt silver 1 dime. It's amazing to think that something as small and seemingly insignificant as a dime could be worth so much money. So, the next time you come across a 1978 Roosevelt silver 1 dime, make sure to give it a closer look. It could be worth a small fortune. To sum it all up, the 1978 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is more than just a piece of U.S. currency. It's a valuable, historical coin made from 90% silver and can be worth much more than its face value, depending on its condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors. If you're lucky enough to have one of these dimes in your collection, it could be worth thousands of dollars.